Fuck your nigga, he a bitch, I be bitch we lit. We go for blick, try to run, he got hit in PTA.
Hey, you too, what it do? Back over here on the live channel, how y'all feeling, how y'all living? Switch y'all already know, I just been talking to y'all. What y'all on though? Y'all on those kids? Y'all know I gotta react to the Dirt shit, bro. Everybody been reacting to Dirt for Dirt. I think Dirt cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't just gonna say cooked until I see a nigga situation fully. But boy, man, it ain't looking good for Dirt. I ain't gonna hold you, Chad. It ain't looking good for Dirt, boy. It's looking crazy, gun. Oh God, it's looking crazy. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's in my history. I watched a tad bit of it, but I ain't watched the full thing. You know what I'm saying? Now we just finna get in there. We finna watch the full thing and see what the fuck actually going on for real. You know what I'm saying? Because Dirt. From the sounds of it, bro, Dirt did some dumb shit. So we just finna get into it.
Hawks.
I ain't trying to hold y'all.
He was not trying to squash nothing. But let's
Matter of fact, this ain't in the video that I seen. Is that the video? No.
A federal judge has ruled
Now
that
y'all already
whatever
know. When y'all see that boy 1090 Jake, this is the real breakdown video. Like, nigga, this is the real Like, this ain't no fake slides, and this the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see 1090. So y'all already know how this. You know what I'm saying?
evidence they found in Lil Durk's phone can
Shout
be
out to
used.
1092
He
though.
tried to suppress it. The judge said no.
Him and Trap
And
Rock, shout out to
apparently,
them
the
boys.
internet is going crazy over a message that Durk allegedly sent to either Quando Rondo or Quando Rondo's people about making peace, a peace treaty, squashing the beef. Allegedly, Durk wasn't with it. A few months ago, I realized I was probably overpaying for car insurance, and before I realized the message has officially ruled. Now my minutes, and you will be able to pick the best plan for you. Now my mixtapes was posted to Instagram that a judge has officially ruled that the prosecution can use all evidence from the seized phone against Lil Durk at trial. One of the main pieces of evidence against Lil Durk will officially be used at trial after a judge denied his motion to suppress the phone evidence, meaning prosecutors can use all evidence obtained from the seized phone against him. Keep in mind, the feds stated they were only able to obtain 4 screenshots and haven't been able to hack into the actual phone. So what they have might not be that much. But the bigger news story is prosecutors allege Quando Rondo affiliate tried to squash beef with Lil Durk, who replied, "Take the piece of this."
Now chat y'all get in the comments and let me know. Go 426, what it do, my boy? Yeah, y'all get in the comments and let me know. Do y'all think this was actually Quando Rondo that he takes in the typing right here? Now we know this is Dirt for sure, but do y'all actually think that this is Quando Rondo that he talking to right here? So he's gonna get ready to play the bass shit, y'all.
According to new documents. And instead of just reading all this, I'm gonna let Trap break it down.
All right, so the feds just got a bunch of Lil Durk's messages, and it's very, very bad. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go back to saying Durk's cooked, because this is devastating. Apparently, Quando Rondo or one of his associates, they're saying in the paperwork one of his associates, but if you remember, there was some leaked texts going around where apparently, allegedly, Quando Rondo...
Stay safe. Come on, cuz you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could...
now let's break this down. He said, stay safe. I don't know what the fuck Dirk said up there. I don't know what the fuck whoever that was said up there at the top. But essentially Dirk said, stay safe. Bro said, come on, cuz. You know me, I ain't fearing shit. But we could dead the shit. Fuck the social media shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk the shit out in person. No one else, just us. He said, nah, do a show you good, folks. I ain't gonna lie, the text messages look crazy, bro. The nigga said take a piece of the switch, bro. We can get into that, fool. Slow down, though. Slow down. We gonna get into it, fool. What you think about this part, though, nigga? Like, ain't gonna lie, that sounds just like a Chicago nigga. He said, do a show, folks, you good. Nobody ever ain't said shit about no show, you know what I'm saying? He never ain't said nothing about no show. So that's how you know, I'll top rip, you know, motherfucker. You know? He said, I don't believe that bit, bro. What you on? What's your number? Call me. That sounds like some shit Quando Rondo would say though. What you on, big bro? Like, I don't believe what you on, big bro. You know what I'm saying? What's your number, Calvin? He said, like I said, cuz, stay safe. Fuck it then. I'm ready for whatever. We can talk shit out or whatever, cuz. I want to dead the shit. The shit got me losing money. Which I feel a motherfucker on that though. Cause shit, nigga, ain't gonna lie, beef bad for business, bro. I don't give a fuck what the motherfucker tell you. Even though beef bring publicity, and they say all publicity is good publicity, it really ain't though. Beef, man, you lose money beefing, man. And that's what anybody though. Lose money beefing.
Dead.
If you real deal beefing, you lose money beefing. Other niggas just be fake beefing, internet beefing. But if you real deal beefing, you can lose some money, bro. Especially if you in the industry.
This shit, fuck the social media shit. Let's talk this out in person. No one else, just us. Do a show. You good, folks.
It sounds just like
I don't
Durk,
believe
though,
that, big bro. What you
sounds just
want? What's
like
your
Durk.
number? Call me. Like I said, cuz, stay safe.
Just
Fuck
wait.
it then. I'm ready.
426, you just wait on it. This just the first beginning of the segment, bro. Like, nigga, he said way more other shit. Like, you finna see it. This is just the first segment, bro. I think, but the amount of evidence they got on Durk, bro, I don't know. It's looking ugly, bro.
For whatever, we can talk shit out or it's whatever,
Can't
because
even
I
hold
want to dead this shit. This shit got me losing money. Allegedly, Durk is telling Quando, stay safe.
Durk ain't having
Quando, and this is typed how Quando talk. Come on, cuz, you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. And Durk saying, do a show. You good, folks. Basically, like, yeah, do a show. I dare you. Just see what happens. And he did the show. And he got
But do
shot
y'all
out right
actually
after.
think that's Quando
It was
Rondo?
in Durk's DMs
Do y'all
pleading with
think
him
it's,
to squash the beef.
somebody
But
actually
anyway,
take-
right, regardless of exactly, we don't know if those are completely real, but apparently in a group chat with a bunch of Durk's co-conspirators, Coco number 4, Coco number 5, other people on the case, after these alleged attempts from Quando Rondo's side to try and squash the beef, a peace treaty was demanded. Durk said in that group chat, like a ruthless gangster kingpin, this is like something out of Scarface, he said, make peace, take a piece of the switch. He said you can get a piece of the switch, bro. Unbelievable, bro. This guy's a real life mob boss. What can I say? Like, this is the way that he's talking, okay? It's devastating. So the feds have just released a few more of his text messages. They've also announced some big updates. And look, everybody that was saying that I was capping the other day when I said that.
And I thought Durk was a smart nigga, fool. I thought Durk was a smart nigga, fool. Because, nigga, from the inside looking in, from the outside looking in, fool, you would think, all right, Durk a smart nigga, bro. He always play shit quiet, you know what I'm saying? You would think he wouldn't even got in no group chat and said no shit like that, fool. But this nigga get in a group chat and tell the niggas he beefing with, make peace with the switch. Bro, what? Nigga, I thought Durk was way smarter than that. But they let you know losing Vaughn really hurt him too, though, bro. Because, nigga, Durk don't say a lot. Durk don't say much about shit. Durk don't say much about shit. Durk like a future ass nigga. He don't say much about shit. Future don't say nothing about shit. Durk don't say nothing about shit. Until this year. But that's crazy though.
Lil Durk's phone evidence was going to be allowed. Yes, the judge hadn't signed it off, but I heard in court with my own ears, the judge said that he was going to allow Durk's phone evidence to be used. He even said, look, if you need more time to go over it, if Durk's defense need more time to go over it,
Bro.
And see, that's the thing too though. That boy Trap Lil Ross is really working in the lab, bro. Trap Lil Ross is going to these. He is there at these court dates and shit, bro. Like he real deal there at these court dates and shit. Like real deal reporter type shit. The boy need
Who the fuck y'all know that's showing up to the court, taking his own note? Man, if y'all don't like us, subscribe to Trap Lil Ross. If y'all don't go follow right now,
can push that evidence towards the end of the trial and it would make his ruling official later on. But I told you guys that the judge was going to allow the phone. People were talking. Look, everyone was coping. It was cope. People talking about that I wasn't telling the truth. Brother, what have you seen? What's the news? Phone's going to be allowed. But what's really, really crazy is,
like,
in addition to that, okay, look, Look, if you want to think I'm lying when you can see now that I was telling the truth before. The judge said outright that the feds can keep trying to crack the phone, and if they get all the way into the phone, because right now they've just got images, but they've got permission to crack the phone is allowed as evidence, and the judge said previously, I heard him say, he said if they crack the phone and get all the evidence off the phone, then, you know, we can have another conversation about how to include that in the trial. Now, this is really bad for Durk. Not just the fact that this damning message has come out and his phone is going to be allowed to be used, but everybody's also saying the copium that's going around is now, well, Durk took a W because they're gonna let him use his expert witness. But as the judge said when I was in court listening to him, the judge is on some stuff where he basically is like, look, rather than excluding evidence, I don't have a habit of excluding things. I'm more likely to let everybody get all of their witnesses in and have both sides. So we don't know, it's not been signed and sealed and delivered, but I have a strong feeling based on what the judge said in court last week that Durk's witnesses are going to be allowed, the government's witnesses are going to be allowed, and now the government is saying, look, we might be able to trim like 8 to 10 witnesses and make our case just go by way quicker. So them 35 witnesses they got on the table,
so
they might...
It sounds like essentially he got a good chance. He got maybe a 50-50 chance. He got maybe just a 50-50 chance that it sounds like he can bring in witnesses from his side. And of course, prosecutors and shit gonna bring in witnesses from their side, which is snitching and shit. But of course, they got other people on his side that didn't go to jail that, you know, can stand on his word, you know, strong and firm. So,
might not even need all of them. I'm sorry, folks, but this is bad for Durk.
And again, this is gonna take, what was it expected to take, like up to 2 weeks for this trial? Like, this isn't gonna be no one and done thing. And the coverage is gonna be primarily through Ross, because they're not gonna allow, you know, TV news crews, none of that. Like, we're not gonna witness it how we have with some of the other trials. It's just gonna be whatever reporter is in there. So if you want to actually get the full breakdown, make sure you jumping on Ross's page, because he's the only one really with boots on the ground with this whole trial. Somebody would comment, Brian Steele, my client agreed to squash the beef and offered to play him in a game of Nintendo Switch. Jury, not guilty. I mean, we're gonna read the paperwork, we're gonna get to that, but if that was actually said, that's some gangster shit. Y'all talking about peace, take a piece of this Switch. And if we're keeping it gangster,
what the fuck, bro?
Lil Pab was killed by a Switch. Kind of ironic, right? I mean,
I didn't even know that, bro.
That's what happened.
I didn't even know that till today.
I'm just saying. Now, before I dive into the paperwork, reading exactly what was said to Quando, or at least Quando's camp, I just want to remind y'all how hard this hit Quando and even Lil Tim.
You had a situation in LA where you lost your friend, Lil Pab. He actually died in your arms.
As soon as he said you had a situation in LA, he dropped his head. Like, God damn, he put this shit back on my brain. Fuck. Oh God. Just look at how he dropped the head. Look, head up. Look at the seconds he dropped it.
Even Lil Tim.
You had a situation in LA.
He said, LA, look.
Where you lost your friend, Lil Pab.
Put his head down.
He actually died in your arms. And you said that changed you forever.
Like I said, I really don't have beef with the world. My beef is really mainly in the music industry. With that happening to my right hand man, that's the reason I think like ain't no rules.
What did he go to jail for though?
Ain't no rules. I might feel like I won't shoot up nobody's house. You might feel like that. You might feel like, I might feel like I won't shoot at nobody while they with their kids. You might feel like that. I used to think like, this nigga ain't like that, or that nigga ain't like that. He don't mean what he say, man. Check this out, I ain't gonna lie. I hope everybody know I mean what I say. And boy, I promise you, boy, I think you mean what you saying to me. Ain't no rules, bro.
I mean, that's a fact.
I feel him on that though.
One of the only ways I can relate to what he's saying is when I got cut in prison, I didn't think that kid was gonna do it. I thought he was soft. They literally, at the first prison we were at, stole all his shit. And he didn't do nothing about it. He just sat on his bunk quietly. And then at the next prison, when he got around a whole bunch of people and they gassed him up, I got popped. You know what I mean? And the kid that fired
That's
me
crazy.
up,
They didn't think about that.
back of my head, I didn't think he was on that.
Yeah.
I got popped. Every time I underestimated somebody, I learned a lesson, and I have a sky as a reminder.
Yeah, that's one thing
Every
I don't
time
do.
I
Don't
underestimated somebody,
underestimate nobody, bro. I'm agree
you
with
know,
that.
it's
Nobody.
just, that's life. And a
If you
lot
say
of
you gonna
people
do something,
die thinking
I believe that.
he ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of
I ain't
people
one of
are
them
out in
people.
public and they see something and they see someone and they think in their head, nah, all these people around, all these cameras around, they ain't gonna do it. And then they die. They die like Duck. They die like
Hey,
Vaughn.
man. Hey, why you speaking of
I mean,
Duck?
the list goes on.
Hey, my God, man.
Underestimating people because in your mind, you might have some sense.
Duck didn't even see
Oh,
the
all
nigga.
these people
Hey,
around, all these cameras
Them
around.
are
This is
really
probably a cop
situated.
down the street. I'm not gonna do this shit right here. Oh, he's with his family. He's with his girl. He's with da-da-da. I'm not. He's with his kids. I'm not gonna do this right here. They're not thinking like that. They'd rather do it and, you know, ride out the consequences after.
But I feel you, though.
And to hear Quando held Lil Pab
Chat, what y'all
in his
think?
final moments, that would traumatize anybody. Anybody.
Y'all think he could?
Quando Rondo, Lil Pab, and some other people go out to LA. They stop at a gas station across the street from the Beverly Center. A group of guys, three guys with ski masks, come out and open fire on the car. Lil Pab was pumping gas at the time. He gets shot and he dies in Quando Rondo's arms. Now, you said you actually knew Pab before you knew Quando.
I would have had to lead the interview, chat.
That was your man.
It would have been too much to talk about, bro.
I got a call, like he was on the way to the hospital and that he about to go on surgery and stuff. So I'm like, all right, he gonna be good. But really, from like the looks of it, looked like he was already dead on the scene. But then I was just like, you know, when somebody passed away, all you do is think about the memories y'all had.
Not for real. I don't know that
Did you
shit. hurt.
feel, when you heard the news, did you have an idea who you think was behind the shooting?
Not at first.
What's your wait? Hold on.
That
What's your
nigga
thoughts on
said
Quando?
not at
before you-
first.
Because I like you. This you and young boy shit. I thought it was Quando that was beat up. Okay, he got beat up. He did not kill Vaughn. He got beat up. Do you hold that animosity against him that Vaughn died?
I hold animosity against anybody who ever said something about one since he been bad.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I believe
That nigga
this
said,
clip was
yeah.
actually taken out of the original interview, but of
He
course,
said too much.
everyone has it.
By the slide
He
from
said
Vaughn
too
comments. I don't know if people still say it.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. You be seeing the comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
I wonder why. We different in Iraq.
I feel like you're speaking of parables. I'm trying to like
Niggas gonna
Yeah, you
why.
think so? Anyway, this would be the government's trial memorandum.
Becoming different in
The
Iraq.
charged conspiracy to kill Taekwon
Yeah, I don't
Bowman
know.
and others responsible for King Von's
Becoming
death
different.
continued after the
Right.
Los Angeles murder. Taekwon Bowman, TB, that is Quando Rondo. Count 2 of the FSI alleges the defendants engaged in conspiracy to stalk and kill individuals whom the
what's
co-conspirators
crazy
believe
though,
were
bro?
responsible.
Nigga, you really think you gonna get away with doing something like this, bro? If you think about it, nigga, LA County just tricked fucking what's this nigga name, bro? I can't even think of his name right now. I swear to God, if I wasn't on stream, I would have said Keefy D, bro. LA County just tricked Keefy D into telling on himself into confessing again to the Tupac murder because he could have he had something to where he could speak about it. I can't think of the exact term. He had something that to where he could talk about it on that day and get away with it, but he couldn't talk about it after that day. And he talked about it after that day. So the feds watched him and picked up the case and charged him for that shit. How the fuck you think you was gonna do the same? How the fuck you think you was gonna get away with murdering this man? You know, like bro, Tupac been dead for years, and they just charged Keefe D with this shit, nigga. 2026. That shit crazy. If you just think about it for real.
For Von's death, including
LA?
Quando Rondo.
They're not playing.
Proof that the conspiracy continued following SR's murder, who is Lil Pab, will be presented through anticipated cooperator testimony and exhibits. For example, the government will seek to admit Exhibit 125, which is a text thread between a burner phone used by Durk and multiple co-conspirators, including Defendant Wilson, co-conspirator 4 and 5. Specifically, on December 25th, 2022, Defendant Durk sent the text message and voice recording telling his co-conspirators that an affiliate of Quando reached out to squash the rivalry and ask for peace. Durk told his co-conspirators he rejected the peace offering, stating, "I'm not hopping on the phone to squash a rivalry, because this for Thang and Vaughn," talking about D-Thang, his cousin. He continued, "Call me about peace, take the piece of this switch," referencing a machine gun like the one used by the conspirators to kill Lil Pab on August 19th, 2022. A voice message Defendant Durk sent to his co-conspirators immediately after. This text message crystallized his intent. Defendant Durk reiterated he rejected the peace offering and made clear he still wanted Taekwon Bowman, aka Quando, dead, and your homie Quando's rap name can die. Defendant Durk and co-defendants also discussed the conspiracy in a text thread titled The Family. For example, on August 23rd, 2023, the co-conspirators discussed their suspicions that PW1 was ready to snitch on them. Using the same The Family chat, Defendant Durk and Wilson also made statements that the government will argue are direct admissions of their participation in Pab's murder. In the thread, Defendant Durk admitted that crazy blood ninjas don't slide or hurt, motherfucker, leaving it all up to us. And discussing members of King Von's O-Block set of Black disciples. Specifically, Banks stated that O-Block hopped in some New York shit and they playing with Von name now, and that we staying out of other ninjas' wars. Ninjas don't hop in ours. Now, I'm not gonna say that that's literally saying they did the murder, but they're blatantly saying O-Block ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
O-Block ain't sliding. And if I remember, you know, it's been a lot of years, O-Block kept dying. More people from O-Block kept getting killed. Whether they were killing each other, getting killed in other places. Munna Duke was another big name who was around Vaughn. He ended up getting killed. There was a video that came out of a fight, and then one kid from O-Block killed the other kid from O-Block.
Yeah, I remember that one.
If I'm being completely honest here, I think that when Vaughn died, the money in O-Block also died. And unless Quando and them were going to Chicago, it doesn't sound like O-Block was leaving O-Block.
I mean, cause who else
evidence shows the defendants continued to stalk Quando after Pab's murder is material to prove multiple disputed issues, including to show Durk's involvement in the conspiracy, his leadership over the co-conspirators, his motive to avenge Vaughn's death, and to refute any suggestion that Defendant Durk and Wilson were passive observers of the LA murder. Now, the snitches, the truthful testimony provisions of plea agreements. The government intends to call witnesses who have ended plea agreements in which they agree to cooperate with the government. The plea agreements each contain a provision that requires the witness to fully cooperate with the government, including by testifying as a witness if called up to do so. The plea agreements also include provisions requiring the cooperating witnesses to be honest and forthcoming and to render truthful testimony. So obviously it's not saying who's gonna snitch, but it is saying people charged with federal crimes have agreed to plea out. Whether it's in this case or other cases, they have agreed to cooperate. They will be called in, and to seal that plea agreement, they're gonna have to cooperate against Durk and everyone else involved in this case. Now, does that surprise me? No. But again, we have Drew Finling and we have Brian Steele, two of the best lawyers in the country, the best lawyers that money can buy, defending Durk. I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. I'm interested in seeing how much Ross is able to cover. Because whatever witnesses come in to testify, Ross is going to be the first one
Yeah.
to see them in person.
Hell yeah.
He's going to see Durk. He's going to see the co-defendants. He's going to see the rats. And he's going to see how this plays out. So y'all stay tuned until the next update. It's 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all rock.
This nigga's Durk life like a fucking movie right now, bro. God, imagine goddamn being on top of your shit. It's your fucking high horse, nigga, and goddamn nigga going to jail, getting locked up, and you gotta see a fucking YouTube reporter in that bitch. Like, bro, that's fucked up, bro. Like, you know the YouTube reporter gonna be the first nigga to go back and put that out on the streets. It's like, damn, at this point, nigga gotta keep it gangster. You feel me? You gotta keep the gangster image, bro. Damn, what y'all think though, chat? Y'all think Durk Cooked, bro? Y'all let me know, bro. Damn, that's fucked up.